Okay, class, this is part 2 of my Java Simple IO, and we're going to extend this program to do some numeric input. So Scanner has various methods for different data types. So in the first video, I used next line to get string data. Now we're going to use next int to get some integer data. So let's change this program and have it tell us we're going to add two numbers. All right, so system that out print line, let's add two numbers. All right, now if we're going to input two numbers, then we need variables, right? So I'm going to make variables num1, num2, and sum here. All right, so we will need to prompt for the input. System out, again, print, so that the output or the input will be on the same line as my prompt. Enter first number. And num1 then will come from input dot next int. It says give me the next integer that you read from the keyboard. And I'm going to just copy these two lines from my second number, change this to second, and this to num2. So now we can calculate the sum. Sum equals num1 plus num2, and we can display our output. All right, so I'm going to go system out print line. Now, just to make this kind of interesting, let's have it display for us. If I enter, for example, 10 and 5, let's have it display 10 plus 5 equals 15. So I wanted to print the first number, which is num. Then I need to concatenate in quotes the character plus. Then I need to concatenate the second number. Then I need to concatenate in quotes my equal sign. And then I will concatenate my sum. Right? So let's test this out. So it's still asking for a name. Hello, Prof P, let's add two numbers. We'll enter the first number. So 10 and 5, and it tells me 10 plus 5 equals 15. All right, a couple of quick things that I want to show you here. Again, you notice this is all sort of crammed together. If I want to space this out, I would have to put spaces inside of my strings here. I also want to show you what will happen if we put print line on this prompt. It's not a bad thing. It just will have a different look. So here's the name, Joe Cool. Let's add two numbers. And so if I put in my first number, you see, even though I put my cursor over here, it put it over on the next line because this enter first number is a print line, which means that an enter key automatically gets added to that, right? And so enter my second number. Now, I want to show you another little problem at the same time. Suppose I put in 5.5 for my second number. Well, that's a problem because I said we want integers. And I said it was going to get stored into an integer, right? So first of all, let me just run this without that error so you can see that 5 plus 7. You can see the spacing there that came from the plus and the minus. All right, so now if we do want to make it more general, that I can put in decimal numbers, then I'm going to change my data type of my variables to double, and then instead of saying next int here, I'm going to say next double. All right, so data types are important. You have to think about what data type you need for whatever it is that you are doing. So now if I put in I need to change that print line. 2.5 and 7.7 is 10.2, right? Let me just change my prompt here so it looks a little bit more like I like. And let's just run another test case to make sure. So I should be able to put in, they don't both have to be integers, so I can put in 10 for one and 5.25 for the next, and I get 10.0 plus 5.25 equals 15.25. So this shows you how to handle integers and decimal numbers using the scanner.